little section is going to give you a few different tips that we've learned over the years of packing up things that are sharp, pointy, or things that may tend to puncture the bag. And the more robust your vacuum packer is, the stronger the bag needs to be. And unfortunately, with the suction style machines, you can't just increase the millage of the bag. There are, most all the bags on the market today have about a 3 mil consistency. And and the stronger your vacuum pumps are, the stronger the bags need to be, or you need to pad the bag in some way so that the sharp points don't become an issue. So what we have here is just a plain, ordinary paper bag, like you get in a school lunch sack. We're going to use just a little piece of tape on the bottom of it because I find they don't glue the bottoms of these bags shut very well. So I like to put just a little piece of box tape on the bottom of the bag, and that will secure the bottom of it so that when you fill it up with stuff, it doesn't puncture all the way, or doesn't pour all the way through. So I went down to the store and got a bag of rice, and I'm using this is a 40-pound bag of rice. And it takes a while to go through 40 pounds of anything, so we're putting it into a smaller container. And I like to put in enough to kind of fill up a storage canister that I have in the pantry. So the idea behind food storage, as far as I'm concerned, is that you need to rotate the stuff that you buy instead of holding on to it forever. One of the advantages of putting things into a paper bag like this is that you can hold the shape of the package a little bit better, and you'll end up with something that stores in a tote or a brown bucket so that you can keep the rodents out of it. And once again, we put just a little piece of tape on there. Now the other trick that I found is that if you label the bottom of the bag instead of the top of the bag, as you use it up, your label will still be there later on in life. Now in this case, we're going to use a 10 by 15 inch bag to put the bag into. And we made it just about exactly the right size. And I find that neatness is important when you're vacuum packing stuff, because the more square the package that you have, the better it will be for putting up into a different kind of container later. So once again, we're using the Vacupack Elite this time. We've got the heat seal time set on 2 because we're using just a dry product. And we're going to just use an automatic setting so that we don't have to come by and push any other buttons. On these machines, if you're not pulling a vacuum right away, very slight pressure on the top of the lid will complete the vacuum. And these machines are plenty strong enough to suck all of the air out of a paper bag. And this product should feel an awful lot like a brick when you get done with it. And sure enough, it's starting to feel a lot like a brick. So the machine is now pulling a vacuum and it's run into the heat seal cycle. Once the heat cycle is completed, it goes into a cool down cycle, and that lets you have a bag that's very well sealed and feels a lot like a brick when you get done. The square shape will hold better when you put it into a tote or a canister.